was over with. Only thing the woman had was $10. She came back home, told her husband, and got to bed that night. That Monday morning, she got up, put a Sunday dress on, put a hat on her head, and cocked it to the side. Grabbed the purse, walked out the door, while her husband was sitting on the porch with his head in his hand. He said, "Where are you going?" She said, "The Lord told me to go to the courthouse, make my bid, get my land, and come back home." He yelled out, "But you only have $10." She never stopped walking. She just said, "That ain't my part. Jesus will work it out." Thank the Lord. All right. And she got there at about 11:45. Wasn't nobody there but her and the owner of the land. When it got about 5 to 12, a dark cloud came over the city. The wind began to frantically blow, and it looked like a great storm was coming into the city. And because it looked like that, nobody showed up for the auction. When it got 12 noon, the judge walked out and got ready to open the auction. The owner of the land said, "Wait a minute, Judge, it's a storm in the city and ain't nobody here." The judge looked up and said, "All I see is just a dark cloud and a bunch of wind. The auction is open. Ain't he all right?" He got to the woman's land, but what you need to understand, at that time in Lauderdale County, Mississippi, you could not bid on your own auction. He opened the auction, and the woman raised her hand and said, "I bid $10, going once, going twice, so for $10, ain't he all right?" The woman went up, paid her $10. The judge filled out the paperwork, signed his name off, and handed it to the woman. As soon as the woman got the deed in her hand, the wind stopped blowing, the clouds all rolled away, the sun started shouting again. She's headed back home, jumping and shouting, and she started singing her testimony song. Why are you trying to figure it out? He already worked it out. I turned it over to the Lord, and he worked it out. Ain't he all right? I'm gone now, children. I'm through with y'all tonight, but I got to tell you, that's how I know you're gonna survive. That's how I know you're gonna be all right, because it does not matter how dark the cloud, it does not matter how strong the wind, it does not matter how your water is raging. I got good news for you. He's still in control. Ain't he all right? How do you know, preacher? He's still in control. Because the only reason I'm a child of God, the only reason I'm on my way to heaven, is simply because when they thought they had him, they didn't know it, but he was still in control. One Friday morning, they put a cross upon his shoulder. was still in control of the centurion soldier at the foot of the cross after giving his props. A centurion soldier at the foot of the cross after giving his testimony. He had been to a many of a crucifixion, but he never saw a crucifixion like he did